Hi, this is Laura Holyoke, and I have an overview of our annotated bibliography assignment, along with some tips, some direction, something. Anyhow, what I started with was 7 slides yesterday, and I've added enough slides to make them into 19. Anyway, glad you're here. So what does it mean to annotate, and what does an annotated bibliography mean? Well, it means annotation is writing down your ideas about a text or article. It means that it's very helpful to take notes while you read. And a good idea if you're reading something on a Word document, to track changes, put comments in, or if you're reading something hard copy, great to write notes in the margins. See if you can summarize the meaning in your own words as you go, and ask yourself, do I understand what the author's saying, what's going on in this article? Important to connect the ideas from the article to your research topic that you've chosen. And then also, not just your topic, but keep in mind the research question that you are asking. Recommend reading your abstract and conclusion first because these have the main ideas in it. Don't get bogged down in details. Some articles, some books, some opinions can have a lot of middle content. So make sure that you're searching for the main ideas and then summarize and paraphrase. Our annotated bibliographies should be based on the topic of your research study. I've identified 4 different areas of literature, and I want you to find 2 of each to include in your assignment. And then for each to provide an APA citation, I'm going to go over several APA citations in this PowerPoint for you. Use your own words, please. Copy and pasting the abstract is plagiarism. Most articles tend to follow this format, and these sometimes this even comes in books, in edited books. Most often definitely comes in empirical articles, and often comes in literature reviews or review of the literatures. So as you are narrowing your topic or looking at your topic, here's some things to ask yourself, and I won't go over all these bubbles, but definitely, what are the main questions and problems that have been addressed so far? What have other researchers looked at? What are the origins and definitions of the topic? They had to start someplace. What are the key sources? What are the key theories and concepts and ideas that you want to kind of base your research question on? What are issues or debates about the topic? What are, oh, look at that pink one's the same as the other one. Anyway, how is the knowledge on the topic structured and organized? So something to look at as you pick out pieces of literature. So in other words, what's your topic? And I will ask you to name your topic and write your research question on the top of your assignment. Couple ideas on how to narrow your topic is think about it in a certain period of time to look at it. Maybe a specific place, geographic area, a school, a specific organization, or maybe how your topic affects a particular group of individuals, kids, teenagers, adults, older generation, baby boomers. Some sort of school of thought may help you. Or it could be that you want to check out a controversial, unusual, or new point of view. Great ways to narrow your topic. You can also ask yourself some questions to refine your topic or narrow it. What is going on with whatever? What is the meaning of? Or how do this group of individuals define the meaning of? What are influences or causes? What is the process by which? What factors contribute to XYZ? How effective is whatever? So again, great ways to help narrow your topic. So I'm going to go over the different kinds of literature I'm asking you to include in your annotated bibliography. I have kind of a smattering of titles, where to look to find information on what kind of literature it is. So the first one that I'm asking you to pull is a review of the literature, sometimes called a literature review or in a review article. And you can tell from the title most often whether these are reviews of the literature. So this one, Toward the Integration of Meditation into Higher Education, a review of research evidence. Here is another, this is taken from an abstract of an article. So this article, I have the green arrows pointing, reports on a qualitative synthesis that analyzes published research. So it's not a qualitative empirical article because it does not introduce new research, but it is a review article because it analyzes the published research already out there. In these type of articles, please provide an APA citation, the purpose, and the key findings or the key themes that are included in the article. So, and then I provided an APA citation. I'm going to just go through some of these citations and point out to you where people struggle, or just to give you tips and pointers. Always last name. Never first names listed, so it's always last name, comma. If a person has two initials, there is a space between the initials. So here it is S period space, L period, comma, and then the ampersand. So always before the last author, if there's more than one author, the second to the last always is followed with a comma, and then the ampersand, the ampersand, whatever that's called. Always the year in parentheses with a period behind it. The title of the title of, if it's a journal article, always upper and lower case. The only place that you capitalize in these works is the first letter of the title and then the first letter following I want to say semicolon of colon. So here you can see that trauma is capitalized as well as A is capitalized. The journal title is always italicized, followed with a comma, and then this is volume 42. The volume is always italicized along with the journal title, and then in parentheses, not italicized, is the number. And then following that are your page numbers. This one, you don't put PP, you just list the page numbers. Anything 1995 and newer should have a DOI associated with it. If this does, please list the DOI. Do not say retrieved from. So here's an example of an opinion article. Finding the right metaphor for your presentation. This came out of Harvard Business Review. This is not a research article. This is this person's opinion on getting the right metaphor in your presentation. So in opinion articles, asking that you provide an APA citation. What is the writer's relationship to the topic? What is their argument? And what are their recommendations? Best to look really for experts on writing opinion articles. These should not come from blogs. These should come from reputable sources. This one is from Harvard Business Review, New York Times. So something that, again, is a reputable source. Because this is an online publication and dated, so this has one author. the year and then comma, month and day are in parentheses. The title, Finding the Right Metaphor for Your Presentation, only the word finding is capitalized. Harvard Business Review is italicized. And here, because it does not have a DOI, you say retrieved from. You do not provide a date that you retrieve it. Next, we have books or monographs. Sometimes books or monographs end up being edited versions, which means, so I've copied and pasted a book that's edited, which means it has an editor and then several contributing authors that are different. So you can see the different kinds of titles in here and the different authors. In finding these, please provide an APA citation, the purpose of the article, and some of these may be empirical research articles. Some of them are usually, and this one's a great example of mostly opinions or theoretical frameworks. And I provided so our French and Raven, Bases of Social Power, this is their actual APA citation. So you see French and then junior is listed, comma, J period space, R period space, P period comma, and Raven. The year in parentheses, and then the title. Now what's different when you have an edited book is the following. You start with in whoever the editors are or whoever the editor is. And always, in this case, their first initial comes first instead of after their last name. So in D period space Cartwright, and then after the author or authors are listed in parentheses, you indicate that these are the editors or editor. So if this were more than one editor, it would contain that person's first initial last name and then EDS period in parentheses. Title of the book is Studies in Social Power, and this is what's italicized. And here you put the pages that the chapter is listed. And then for books, always the city, and now always the state in uppercase letters, then always a colon, and where the book has the publisher of the book. You don't write, so the name of this publisher is probably University of Michigan Press. You don't include the word press in the APA citation. So I'm going to cut this off and start here on my next PowerPoint, just because we're at 13 minutes and I don't want to get cut off at 15 minutes.